Thank you. This time, the chair recognizes Councilwoman Quiñones-Sánchez, who will present a resolution recognizing Belinda Mayo. With Ms. Mayo and those accompanying her, please join the Councilwoman at the podium. Where's the family? Don't be shy. Come on up, guys. And friends. Everybody. Come on up, folks. Yeah, I know. Huh? And we're going to hire you back so you don't do that. What's up, man?
Thank you so much. It is quite an honor to recognize what many of us and many of my colleagues who joined me this morning understand to be one of the pioneers. You know, oftentimes we use a lot of terminology when we talk about neighborhoods, neighborhood stabilization, neighborhood revitalization, blight removal, all of these things. And behind all of that is actual work that gets done and people who move the needle and push government and bureaucracy, right, Belinda? To do the right thing by our neighborhoods. And I worked with Belinda a minute and a half ago and really saw someone who cared about neighborhoods, cared about every neighborhood in the city, and really understood the issue of equity and fairness for all. And I appreciate, having started my career in community development work a couple of years ago, I appreciated all her guidance in that work. And she's retired, and I'm sure that in her second rendition, she's even going to do more work and ensure that we continue to do our work here in council in the city of Philadelphia. So with that, recognizing and honoring and celebrating the outstanding career of Belinda Ann Mayo for her devotion and dedication to providing access to low-income housing throughout the city of Philadelphia. Whereas Belinda Ann Mayo, a seasoned professional, has devoted her career to public service by emphasizing research, planning, coordination of program and services, training and direction of urban housing policy, and
whereas Belinda most recently worked for the City of Philadelphia's Office of Housing and Community Development as the Director of Neighborhood Program Coordination, where she implemented the Neighborhood Geographic Information System and Network, which incorporated a database and inventory of vacant property and land throughout the City of Philadelphia, and
whereas as a former Assistant Director for Community Development for the City of Philadelphia Office of Housing and Community Development, Belinda was responsible for the development and implementation of technical assistance programs for nonprofit community-based corporations. Belinda was also in charge of the disbursement of $1.5 million grants, which managed the funding selection process, and completing the strategic neighborhood development plans for 15 community-based development corporations. And
whereas as Director of the Philadelphia Housing Policy Board, Belinda examined new housing initiatives and programs designed to enhance the city's ability to provide cost-effective and affordable housing to low and moderate income families. Belinda also evaluated all city housing policy and program expenditure plans as she established relationships with public and private housing-related agencies. And
whereas throughout her career, Belinda worked with a team of state, city, and federal emergency agencies representative to provide service and coordinated arrangements for housing evacuees in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina.
And Belinda is well respected by superiors and colleagues as she served as a member of the Board of Directors for Neighborhoods Now, an alumnus of the Board of Trustees for Mercy Housing, Inc. in Denver, Colorado, an alumnus of the Board of Directors and Executive Committee of Philadelphia Development Partnerships, a member of Philadelphia Local Initiative Support Corporation Local Advisory Board, and both co-chair and vice chairman of the Board of Directors, National Low Income Housing Coalition. And one other thing I want to say, I'm adding this, but Belinda was always a person who cared about the communities and the neighborhoods, and especially my community, which is a neighborhood where I grew up and was a member of a board of Whitman Council, low-income area. She was there to fight with us and for us through all our trials and tribulations that we've had. And she took her job not only seriously, but as a person who really understood neighborhoods and communities. And that is something that is not done often for somebody in the city through all our bureaucracy that we have. We in council join in wishing Belinda Ann Mayo well in any future endeavors and hope her retirement is filled with happiness, good health, joys of family, friends, and I'm sure her travels. And
now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Philadelphia recognize, honors, and celebrates the devotion and dedication of Belinda Ann Mayo to providing accessibility to low-income housing throughout the City of Philadelphia. Be it further resolved that an engrossed copy of this resolution will be presented to our beloved Belinda Ann Mayo as evidence of the sincere respect and admiration of this legislative body. Thank you also very much. This was introduced by Councilwoman Blackwell, Squala, Tallenberger, and myself, and I thank my council colleagues, Green and Sherelle Parker, for joining us here this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. And the chair recognizes Ms. Mayo for remarks.
I want to say that my life and my journey is a testament to the grace and the blessings of God. I thank City Council for this time, for this honor. I'm very emotional right now because I'm just thinking about all the years that have gone by and all the work that we've done. And for the young people that are here, you need to understand that this is a chamber of change. This is where people step up in government and create change and maintain change and ensure that everybody is treated with decency and respect. My first encounter with City Council was in 1981 when then Councilman John Anderson, along with myself and Eva Gladstein and Mary Scullion and George Gould from Community Legal Services, helped to sponsor a bill called the Women and Children's Bill. What that bill did was it eliminated landlords' ability to discriminate against families based on the presence of children and on the source of their income. Those old ads that said no kids and no DPA were no longer an obstacle to people gaining rental housing that they could afford and that they could live in. It's gone on for years after that. It set a precedent, a national precedent that maybe people don't even know about in this country, but it is because of what Philadelphia did and what this chamber did that women and children had an opportunity to realize their dream of a decent, safe, sanitary, and affordable place to live without discrimination. I can think back to the other council people who aren't here, some of whom were very instrumental in my career and the work that I did and my motivation. I think about Lucian Blackwell. I think about Gussie Clark. I think about Joe Coleman. I think about Marion Tasco. I think about Donna Reed Miller, all of whom were the soldiers who helped me. But then I look here, and while there are some faces that I don't know, there are others that I knew from a long time ago. Councilman Jones, who was an OHCD employee at one point. I think about Councilman Street, who went on to become the mayor, of course, who worked with us to hold this council for 12 hours while we fought to make sure that the Community Development Block Grant Program benefited the people that it was supposed to benefit. I think about all those journeys. I think about all those challenges, and I say thank you. I say thank you to God. I say thank you to all of you for having the opportunity to do the work that I've done over the years. Thank you again. And I especially want to say thank you to this little feisty chica standing beside me who I met at 16 years, and I warned them at the Hunting Park CDC, you better check her. Because she's turned out to be a champion. She's turned out to be my partner. And this morning when she invited me to come in for breakfast at 9:30, she immediately put something in front of me to deal with. So I just want to say that it's been a wonderful journey. While I may not be at the tower at 1234 Market Street, I am a resident of Philadelphia. I am an advocate for the least of us, and I am a change agent, and I always will be. Thank you.
Councilor be at ease. That's okay.
Darryl Clark, even though about 2 months ago, he called me very upset with me, which he does on every occasion, even though he tells people that you got to check with Belinda. He called me and wasn't satisfied with my response, and he called me a bureaucrat. So I wear that badge proudly. I followed the rules because the rules allows me to do what I need to do.
And you love him.
And I love him. I love him to death.
Well, we grew up in the same neighborhood, so I can get away with that. All right.